Alright, so we are going to do a git push to our current working directory from some code changes that I did. Saw when we were doing the demo, which is great for demos, is you can see where you maybe have some errors and if you're testing all the features and functionalities, which we did, and we found out that we had some problems. So today I made a bunch of changes, and yesterday too. Didn't have enough time to finish them all, but we are going to get into that. So let's go into a minimize mode so you can see a mini-me self. Woo! All right, here is the code. Um, and then I will actually, before we do any like git changes, actually pushing it to the main repo and then also pulling it into our main file path, we're going to pull down the entire over here. All right, so this is kind of my development server right now that we're working on. And then this right now is our main server. So this does not have any of the code changes and has the errors. I can just show you some brief errors right now. So if we were to look for Robot Congress right here in our searches, and then we search for it, what's going to happen, which is problematic, is you don't see any images. Well, I had a default placeholder. It's called my backup image that was never getting called properly. And that propagates not only through the uh, right now this is currently the channel search functionality that goes into the episode search functionality that also goes and like there's no channel image, there's no episode image, so it doesn't work. So you just see this kind of like crappy looking I guess title in place of it, which better than nothing, but I wanted to fix that. So it also appears if you go into favorites, it appears if you go in notifications, like you had an episode, like for instance, I'm gonna click this guy here. I'm gonna I'll bookmark him, and then I'm also gonna go and add him for notifications. You're not gonna be able to see notifications because I got so much on this guy over here. But let's go and check out favorites. So if you scroll down favorites, see what I mean? Problematic, bad, bad, bad. If you go into, let's go to bookmarks, 'cause that's gonna be the easiest way to find it. Bad, 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 bad. All right, so and then you can kind of see that goes into every single HTML that I have out there. So I wanted to fix that, and I did. Took a lot of not a lot of work, but it's time consuming. Go into each HTML, find out where that gets called, find the placeholder. Also, I was having a problem whenever you go into, let's say, a specific channel, and then oh sorry, if you go into a channel details, what this page is called, and then you were to like search for something and then you put in a number, it was never querying the number. It was kind of like throwing that out because that didn't get put into Elasticsearch. Well, that has been fixed. So now if like you know the channel number, like for instance you put in the channel title a number associated with this episode, you will now be able to query that and it'll go straight to that point. So for instance, well this one's not going to work because this is actually my running server which has all the code. But if you type in the number, it should work. So let's go into my development server and I will show you an example of that. So if we go into here and we type in 253 Chase Hughes, which is the first podcast, let's search, should pop up as one of the top ones, and it does. The reason, also I changed the weights for this too. So another big thing was I was having problems finding my information because it doesn't just look for the in these channel searches, it doesn't just look for the channel title, it also looks for the transcript. So this 253 is actually inside transcripts that has a certain amount of weight to it. So I fixed the weight so if you type in stuff 253 in the title that weighs a lot more, I think I put it like at 1,000 points or something like that in the title, but then if someone says 253, every time they say 253 in the podcast, that'll also pop up because I didn't just want someone putting a certain letter or word and that be the first thing that pop up. If that's never even mentioned in the podcast, that's kind of irrelevant. But if it's mentioned multiple times, I found that to be very relevant, so I gave it a lot of weight. Uh, so yeah, that's been fixed. So weights inside of channel searches and also episode searches have been fixed. Excuse me. And what else do we have here? So that was done. So you're able to actually search for numbers now. I didn't realize that was a problem until I realized Elasticsearch wasn't going to hold them. So now it does Elasticsearch. Then if there is anything in Elasticsearch that has that number, it will, the next function will look for inside the actual Postgres database, which is good. So this is currently my development server we're looking at, as you can tell up here. Um, let's see what else. But yeah, I'll give you an example. Let's do the Congress, because this is the one that we're Robot Congress. This is the one we were having troubles with earlier. Uh, let's just do channels. It'll show you immediately that it's working. So, see, no image. Let's go check this guy out. Right? Look at that. It's popping up just fine. This would have just had a bunch of, you know, titles in it saying it's not working. Oh, also when we were doing the demo, I remembered. Here's a good one. Let's type in camouflage. This is a good example. Camouflage, and then we're going to do it just on transcripts, because that was giving us the quad or quintuplication of certain, how do I explain it? It was reduplicating, oh, can't find this episode, can't find this episode. After it got to the very bottom, that was my fault. I was looking at the code and I realized I did not give it a proper safety error message at the end of the HTML. So once you did the search, I got that fixed. I'll show you how that was fixed in a second. But if it's gonna keep loading more episodes. At the very end, it would have like had a result where it said, can't find a result for this episode, can't find a result for this episode. I did that like 5, 6 times. Not good. So I went and looked at that. I found where I didn't like close the search. It was just an AJAX error basically. And then if we get to the very end, I think it's like 7 or 8 down for this one. It was only happening when you did transcripts. The other one I had a failsafe for, basically. Yep, got to the end of the list. Now that works. If we did in the other one, you're gonna see like this message pop up, bop, bop, bop. Not good. So that is fixed. So we had a lot of code changes in this one. I think that is it. So I will take this guy, pull him up, throw him on under their window. I could use a million screens. I only have 3. I need more. I feel like I have like 40 eyes when I don't. Okay, so I would show you all the code changes, but it's going to be hard to determine that until I do an actual push. So we'll see actually how I do this. So at the bottom over here, we have my new branch that I made. We'll just do some Git for now as well. I'll kind of make this video a bit longer. Might push this to like 10 minutes or so. So I'll show you how I do my pushes and everything like that. All right, so we just finished our code changes for development server. Now we're going to move on and we're actually going to push those changes to the repo, right? We're going to push it to our GitLab, and then we're also going to push it or we're going to fetch it and pull it into our main server and our main database where the file is stored and gets run. So let's go do that right now. So we're going to do git add, right? And then we're going to add everything because there's so many different files. I'm not going to add them one by one. Okay. Yep, that's totally normal. Then we are going to add, we're going to commit it. We're going to give it a message. I don't know, since this is a patch, wasn't any like additions to the code. I don't know what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna think about this for a second. We're gonna say we added fixed. There's a bunch of stuff. I'm gonna pause this video and then I'm gonna just, because I want to actually have a good detailed message. Give me 1 second. Nope, didn't pause it. Alright, I'm back. I got the message. It's kind of long, not that long. Basically, I'm gonna write down patch and then fix episode search on transcripts, not quintruplicate. Made that up. I don't even know if it's a real word. Episodes not found, and then I put a period. Add robust fallback images, remove placeholder var. That's good. Wired infinite scroll plus AJAX items template for list. That was another thing I did. But yeah, now we got fallback images working. We got rid of that quintruplicate. We got better searches. So yeah, we should be good to go. Anything else? Actually, I want to add one more thing at the end of this. 1 second. Let's say added better weights and numbers be searched. Yeah, there we go. Also, added better weights and numbers can be searched inside of channel search function. That's another good thing. That was kind of fixed. All right, so we got that message. I'm gonna copy this because git add, and we're committing. Cool. Those are all the changes, quite a bit. Now we are going to go to our main, git checkout main. We are going to merge our changes from our patch, which we called this patch. Oof. What was the name of this one? Can't remember. Channel dash search. Okay. Channel dash search. And then our message. It's our message. So we're going to merge it. Now we are going to tag this one. And I always do a v1 point since this is only a patch and not a version, and version minor, major minor, or patch. This is patch. So 1.48 point, and then the next one's 5.6. We were on 5.5. Now we're on 5.6. I'm going to give that just the same message. So we're tagging it. Now we're going to push to GitLab, right? Cool. Push it. That worked. Then we're going to also push our tag that we pushed up there. I just go dash dash tag. I could just call it the tag directly, but it's quicker to remember, or less to remember. Alright, so we've done that. Now I am going to delete that patch since we're done with it. Slash. Gotta. I can't remember. Channel dash search. Right. That's deleted. Now we're going to change directories. And I will actually show you what we just did if I pull down my GitLab right here before we change directories. So this was our old one we were on, version 1.48.55. Now if I refresh this page, now 1.48.56. And here are the changes, if you ever cared to look at. 704 additions, 696 deletions. Boop, boop, boop. And you could just scroll through and check them all out. It shows through each different HTML, views.py, whatever Python file we were changing, which is views.py for the actual search functionality for the channel search. That was just a few code changes, not too many. Alright, that's cool. So, let's pull that back up. Alright, now we're going to change directory over here, cd podcast. And our directory is called podcast news, right? So we change directory. We are going to fetch. Oh, we're going to fetch those changes that are on our GitLab. Fetched them. So then git checkout main. And then I am going to pull those changes. I'm going to pull them into this directory right here so that we can have the most updated version of the code and that everyone can see. So git pull GitLab main. Alright, all those changes should be officially running now. So I'm going to change back into my development server or development file path. This is just kind of how I do it. Right? Alright, that's good to go. Changed. Now let's go and see if those changes got a bunch of stuff running. Oh, that's not what I want to do. There we go. Let's see if we got those changes. So this is our development server. This is actually the main website. Let's go home. The quickest way for us to determine if all that worked is just go to favorites. We'll see immediately if it worked. Did we add them as our favorite? Oh yeah, right here. Robot Congress. Look at that. Look at that. We're on the main website right now. Looks like that change got pushed through. Let's check it out. Oh, it's all working on this page as well. Let's go into the episode. Oh, yep, still working. You see that? See that? That would have been just text. So, cool. We see those changes worked. Um, and I think that's about it. So I'm going to end this video. Thank you for all watching, if you are. Peace out. Ciao.